Morning viewers, you're once again welcome to my YouTube channel. As usual, we're here to bring you the very best. It has happened currently because Simon Ekpa's case is causing controversy around the world currently. It is said that the world powers are so much interested in Simon Ekpa's case currently, and it has really sparked a debate around the world. They have criticized the Finnish government for making that arrest without any evidence of Simon Ekpa being a terrorist. The Afghan evangelist, Simon Ekpa's case is causing a debate around the world. Is it set to come out free now since the world powers have recognized this case? What do you have to say?
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good night, depending on your time zone. May God bless you all. I remember humble sir, one and the only Biafran evangelist. Simon Ekpa case now is, causing trouble on the internet in the whole world. Why? Because the man you call a terrorist or a financier of terrorists, or the one sponsoring terrorists in Nigeria, especially you call the Axis of the East. If you come to Nigeria, eastern part of Nigeria is the most safest place in Nigeria, the most peaceful place in Nigeria, and that is where you people say the man is financing terrorism. The place you people are calling a peaceful place that you are promoting the terrorist people are the one. Take a look at what happened now. Look at those children 4 years, see what they are going through. Under the watch of Bola Ahmed Tinubu, under the government of the Nigeria, they tagged IPOB, a terrorist group. Tag Simon Ekpa, the one that includes Simon Ekpa's name among the people financing terrorists. Now, okay, Simon Ekpa finances terrorists. You connive with the Finnish government. Alexandra Stop, a criminal president in Finland. Then a criminal knows each other. They are joined forces together to arrest Simon Ekpa without any just cause, without any thorough investigation. Now you have arrested this man. People are still being kidnapped. People are still being fired. A lot of atrocities is still going on in Nigeria. And the other people, okay, is the ones financing it. You have hold him. What stops the insecurity, the terrorism not to stop in Nigeria? Why didn't he cease? Then Mazen Nnamdi Kanu, the chief pioneer of the IPOB, the terrorist group, as you people say, is under the custody of Nigeria. Now, the thing did not stop. These people are still gaining ground. They are still kidnapping and they are still collecting ransom. Who are the people paying this ransom? Every time Gumi and Nigerian government by Bola Ahmed Tinubu, we sign soldiers, armed police with the Gumi. They will go and do what? Go and pay all these terrorists and free those people. Is it Simon Ekpa that is paying that? Or is it Mazen Nnamdi Kanu that is paying those ransom? And I believe by the time you said that somebody is a terrorist or the one financing terrorists, you have catch the boss. I believe that thing should have a limit. But instead of having a limit, the thing expand and escalate even beyond when they are free. That is to tell you that they are not the one responsible for what Nigeria is passing through. But Nigerian government has failed to tell the people the truth that they are supposed to hear, the truth that they have, the world need to know, because they themselves, their hands are not pure. They are the one involved. They are the one practicing all this. They are the one using the life of people to play politics. Simon Ekpa is agitated for freedom. Agitation is not a crime. Self-determination is not a sin. But why is it that Nigerian government is, anything that comes in the side of Igbos, the way they used to take it? Take a look. Remember our last remembrance May cartel. The way Nigerian government pushed the soldiers down to east, saying that they are not going to hold. But quite unfortunate, at the end of the day, what happened? We hold and we held our day because it was a beautiful and a ceremonial, very colorful day. Because you can't force us out. You can't force us into what we don't know or we don't want to practice. It is not by force for me to be a Muslim. Not be by force. Everybody have right, have freedom of what? Freedom of worship. God Almighty that created heaven and earth give everybody choice, and we all have freedom to serve, to worship anything we want. God did not kill anybody. Why is it that in Nigeria everything, because IPOB decided to stand on their own, you say they are terrorists? Now They went and bribed Tinubu and co. When government with co-post of them, Peter Mbase hold 50 evidence, but 50 evidence which he had against Simon Ekpa, he did not have 100 now to hold against the Fulanis that are still buying people in Nigeria, still kidnapping people in Nigeria. Where is Peter Mba? He should bind his head with shame. Enough of all these things. That is what got the international, the world powers talking. That means they lie. What you presented to them is not what they are, and which is the reality. We are not what we are called. We are not what we are being tagged. You understand? So Simon Ekpa doesn't supposed to be in prison while Sheikumi will be working freely. While Tujibelo will be working freely. While all these terrorists will be working freely, demanding. Imagine they call federal government for ransom to come and pay them ransom before they could release 4 years old child, children that they kidnapped in Yoruba land. Quite unfortunate that the Yoruba man is the one in power. All these things is happening. You understand me? See, all these things is something that the world is looking at, but Nigeria don't know. When you are blackmailing somebody, they will be looking into that matter to know if there is a clear evidence that qualifies what you are claiming or saying or what you have alleged against a person. You know, before the international body, the world powers are what they were silent over this matter, over the issue. They keep their fingers crossed, watching to see if what Nigeria said concerning these two persons, if it was true. But now they have realized that it is actually marginalization. It is actually intimidation. It is actually hatred. It is actually humiliation. It is actually non-acceptable because what we are doing, we are fighting for our rights. And the international world, Netanyahu said actually on May 30th that he has seen our affliction. He has felt our pains. So many world now has to speak up because what they accuse them of, that landed them in the prison, is not what they do. They didn't do it. It was as a result of that hatred and blackmailing. And that is why the world powers today is smoking fire, accusing and pointing finger to Alexandra Stubb. How can you, an European man who knows the law, how did you get out of Russia? Was it not like this that you played and you get out of Russia? Then if Russia should to blackmail you people like this, will you have your own freedom? And you stayed in a place to fight your own freedom. But because of you, the Alexandra Stubb is a criminal. And that is why he was given a contract by Nigerian government. Sidious Musa that traveled to Al Jazeera to lie against Simon Ekpa is no longer traveling again to speak of what is happening in Nigeria now. Bianco Ojukwu that wrote a petition that bears false witness against her own brother. Where are you now? Go and the VDM say something. And Sarah reporter, Sowore say something. And Sowore said, do you know what Sowore said? Sowore said that if Nigerian government did not do anything, that they should prepare to see, that is Nigerian storming Aso Rock. Because of these children, 4 years that was kidnapped, and Bola Ahmed Tinubu didn't do anything. His government, both Sidious Musa, the chief defense whatsoever, they call themselves Akpabio and co, Shetima and co. None of them do anything up to this very moment. And they are busy enjoying in their homes, in their various houses. Then VDM said that is going to mobilize Nigerians, the well-meaning Nigerians, to come together and plan how they are going to, if it is to pay the ransom for those children to come outside. Then we have people like this, but we still have government. And our government, Nigerian government, is using the child, the children, lives to play politics because of stupid, selfish interest 2027. You want to remain there. You want to remain there. Then you kukuma die there. For how long? For how long shall we continue in all this man? You see why Nigeria is not moving forward? Because wrong people are the people in leadership. Take a look at what happened in Abia. I don't know whether you saw the terminal that was built by Alex Oti. You know, after finishing it, you know what he said? A target Nenaya Oti terminal. Why? The woman took the time and sacrificed her time and sacrificed for truth. And that truth is what gave Abia State the light they are enjoying today. When the righteous, the Bible says, is on the throne, the people rejoice. But when the wicked is on the throne, the people suffer. And that is what Nigeria is facing now. Wickedness in the high order. So I give God kudos and I glorify the name of the Lord because God is watching and God is exposing this country into the atrocities before the world powers. And they are now seeing it of the truth that we, the Biafrans, we are on our right.
Well, Biafran Evangelist, talking about Biafrans being on their right. Yes, truly, a lot is coming out currently. Because currently, Oyo State is on fire. And the citizens have come out clearly to keep crying. That they are so sorry how they have treated and misbehaved to the Biafrans. Because they actually thought that the Igbos, which are the Biafrans, are actually the problems of Nigeria. Now, who are the people coming into their community? Because currently, 3 local governments in Oyo State have been taken by the Fulanis, massacring people and kidnapping them. And now are they suddenly to realize that the Biafrans are not the enemy they are fighting, but the Fulanis? What do you have to say concerning this? Is it a good one for Biafra since people have tagged them terrorist group?
Yes, it's a good one. And it's a good message. And it exposes the evil that Nigeria represents and what they do. It shows that we are not what we are being tagged. Thank God for social media that are now open, exposing so many lies that was buried for so many years. Thank God for social media that is happening now. In Oyo State, look at what is happening. And their own person is the one in power. See the way they are playing with the lives of the people. And that is why they have the right to protest because they were being misled. They were brainwashed before. And they say Igbos are the problem. Now they are seeing the true problem of Nigeria. That the Igbo sons are what? Are pure. Because no place we go, we make things happen positively. We are not the people that envy. We don't strive against anyone. But we struggle, we hustle to make something out of nothing, to earn our living, to survive, to play our game, to survive anywhere we find ourselves. Are you hearing me? We are not in any place to take people's life or to disturb anybody. We move because we are the generation of peace. And I thank God that is coming from the ashes of Oyo. Because Oyo State is the mother and the father of Yoruba land. When you mention Oyo, you mention all the Yorubas. They have been brainwashed. But now the reality is playing. The truth is coming out. Now agreement is, playing again. Because, hey, I was told now, that was before. But now this is what I witnessed. With what they have witnessed, they will now confirm that of the truth. They were once, those days, brainwashed. That what they heard was not actually true.
A very popular US mayor has come out to clear the air, saying that self-determination for freedom is not a crime, that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu should be freed. And this has sent serious panic into the Nigerian government. Why is people so much interested in Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's case? A lot is happening concerning this man's case. He said Mazi Nnamdi Kanu should be free, a US mayor. What do you have to say concerning
this? Yes, they have to set Mazi Nnamdi Kanu free because he has never offended anybody. And Nigeria did not actually understand who Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is and what he represents. They never knew that somebody like Mazi Nnamdi Kanu can come up, and they never knew that it will get to this. Because Mazi Nnamdi Kanu fully prepared himself before coming out for this. But Nigeria did not see it forthcoming. And that is why what is playing against Nigeria today is playing because they acted in the seat of ignorance as a result of the hatred they had against the Igbos. Do you understand? So, and that is why there's now started that is it not Omoigo? Let's do it anyhow. Now, that anyhow they treated him now is what is affecting Nigeria. And that is what will cripple Nigeria. Now, the kind of the way Mazen Namdekanu presented the matter on an open check with the open hand. Do you understand? There was no criminality record in him, both international and local. So everything that Nigeria have been saying is a false allegation that don't have a proof. You see why the Oyibos are coming and taking interest, because what he has stood for is what the EU is aware, because it's in their own constitution. It's what UN, you understand, is aware because it is in their own constitution. It's what AU is aware of it because it's among the constitution. Because there's no nation in Africa that did not fight for freedom, including Nigeria. So if self-determination, freedom is not in a constitution of AU or whatever, or in a British, they will not give, even France, they will not give whether Francophone or English country freedom. You understand? I don't know, I want to bring you back in the 1818, if I'm not mistaken, or 1830. There is what we call KKK. They fought serious war. Then 18th centuries for the freedom of what? Mankind. So that there will be no slavery again. And they say that the fight ended. There was nothing like slavery again. So any country that intends to enslave anybody must be punished. So in Nigeria, Bola Ahmed Tinubu make a statement in 2023. He said that Yorubas are not slaves. Then who are the slaves? And with his action now, he's trying to call me, a whole me that hold the 85% economic growth of Nigeria. He's calling me a slave. It's a slap to my face. And I love what Mazen Namdekanu did because he did the job very well. He studied everything and he came out. And I thank God for the strength and grace God give to him, the boldness and the confidence and the mind and the steadfastness which he held on this matter. And God will continue to see through and God will use him to liberate us. So Sultan of Sokoto is using these guys to carry out their normal agenda, the major agenda. You know, when Mazen Namdekanu was doing his broadcast, the same Yorubas are the one that call Mazen Namdekanu that tag him a terrorist before the Northerners, before the Fulanis. There are the same Yorubas, Bola Ahmed Tinubu, and the former Vice President, Oyi Oshibanjo, or whatever his name. They are the one that come together with Tunde Bakari and the Redeemed Pastor. All of them form forces together to do what? To kidnap Mazen Namdekanu, including Shetima and late Muhammadu Buhari. The same forces that form together to destabilize Jonathan government. These are the forces, the same agenda and vision, the caliphate of the Fulanis. Now what is going on? The same Yorubas come together to tag IPOB what? A terrorist. The same Yorubas come together to say Mazen Namdekanu incited violence in London. And the thing now appears in Nigeria here. And SARS say it was Mazen Namdekanu. The same Yoruba man, the president, refused to do the needful, to follow the law. Then the same Yoruba man appeared in the court and sentenced Mazen Namdekanu to life imprisonment without a law. You understand me? So what do you expect? That is why it's playing now. So Sultan of Sokoto is what is playing. And what is playing is Sultan of Sokoto. Action, they say, he speaks louder than voice. So what do you expect him to say? He must not and he mustn't say anything positive regard to this. So they are working to achieve their dreams. because that Sharia, before now, Obasanjo is still alive. Go to his ex handle. He said why Nigeria is still not yet being fully Islamized and Fulanized was as a result of the Igbos still in Nigeria. That anything that makes Igbos to exit from Nigeria or Igbos are no more, definitely Nigeria will become automatic and Islamic Fulanese nation. And that is what is playing now. And that is why they are saying Igbos are the problem of Nigeria. And the same Igbos are the one Nigeria they are claiming because the resources is from the eastern region. Then them, the Igbos are the one tackling them. Yorubas embracing them. I remember some years back when Mazen Nnamdi Kanu from ESN, the Yorubas here, many of them fought tooth and nail. I could remember one statement of a man when Brutai and Co. went to go assassinate Mazen Nnamdi Kanu. And the visitor Mazen Nnamdi Kanu house and so many souls was sentenced to Baba God to where they came from. And the Yoruba man shouted, Ekpa water. I will not forget that thing. I will not forget that. He said, Ekpa water. Now, they have left the axis of the east. It is now the turn of the west. So, Yorubas are yet to cry. They are not seeing anything. More is coming. And that more is what is speaking about Sultan of Sokoto.